So it's just begun, and there's something on the tip of your tongue. Don't stay quiet. Things that we keep. You're on fire, so burn it with me. Leave it behind. Leave it behind. Can't you see it's the weight of all the world you tried to keep it at the time. Leave it behind. So you can feel in your teeth, but there's some things you can't stand to repeat. So don't stay quiet. Been through this before. You're on fire, sitting small on the floor. Leave it behind. Leave it behind. Can't you see it's the weight of all the world you tried to keep it at the time. Leave it behind. Leave it behind. Leave it behind. So you can feel in your teeth, but there's some things you can't stand to repeat. So don't stay quiet. Been through this before. You're on fire, sitting small on the floor. Leave it behind. Leave it behind. Can't you see it's the weight of all the world you tried to keep it at the time.
Chelsea, but very so easy.
자, Q&A를 시작해 볼까요?
Okay, so the first part is just general questions about you. So we wanted to know what's your name, age, and which university you study at currently.
So, if you guys haven't guessed already, my name is Hayeon. I am 20 years old and I go to Imperial College for medicine.
For medicine.
Yes.
언제부터 영국에서 사셨나요?
Okay. So, 저는 4개월 때 영국으로 오게 되고 그때부터 쭉 계속 영국에서 살았습니다.
So they're also asking about your MBTI.
So my MBTI is ISFJT, I think.
그게 무슨 말인지는 알아?
So intuitive. 야, 너 이런 상황이 너무 너무한 거 같아. Intuitive, sensing, ISF, feeling,
I have no idea.
judgmental, and turbulent. Wow.
Turbulent.
Such a great
Of course.
combination.
Okay, 좌우명.
Charming. I think at the moment it's to take the time to become my best friend.
I think the second part that you wanted to ask about was about your UK life and language. So the first question is 언제부터 영국에 가셨는지 모르겠지만 혹시 영어 공부하셨던 방법이나 졸업 후에 어디서 일할 계획인지 궁금해요.
So 아까 말씀드린 것처럼 저는 아기 때부터 지금까지 영국에서 쭉 살았기 때문에 영어를 따로 배우지는 않았고 한국말은 어렸을 때부터 저희 엄마가 한국 사람으로서는 한국말은 꼭 해야 된다고 강조를 하셔가지고 그냥 집에서 부모님이랑 썼던 한국말이랑 그리고 그냥 일상 속에서 뭐 친구들 예영이처럼 얘기하는 것 덕분에 이 정도로 할 수 있다고 저는 생각을 합니다. 그리고 졸업 후에는 뭐 병원에서 일하겠죠.
Okay, so what are your favorite places to visit in South Korea?
So I haven't been to Korea for the past 6 years, so it has been a while for me. And the Korea I knew back then is completely different to what it is now.
Wait, when did you go?
2015, 6 years ago. But yeah, so I haven't had a lot of opportunities to explore Korea in general. So if I go next time, definitely want to go down south to Busan, Jeju-do. Yeah.
나도 부산 안 가봤어.
Oh, 진짜?
But
Yes.
okay, so moving on to part 3 about your general lifestyle. How did your interest in baking start?
So I think my interest in baking started when I was watching YouTube videos on my dad's Samsung Galaxy S1. This was back in like 2010.
Yeah.
But 그때는 진짜 like there was only channels like Nerdy Nummies and like Cake Boss episodes.
Yeah, yeah.
진짜 그거 보고 그 베이킹에 약간
Just on YouTube.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So 좋아하시는 책 몇 권 소개해 주세요.
제가 한참 동안 책을 안 읽다가 최근에 좀 self-care 하기 위해서 좀 책을 좀 사고 또 읽기 다시 시작했는데 일단 어렸을 때는 뭐 해리포터, 너니 이런 책들 거의 한 15번 진짜 그거보다 더 많이
진짜 너무 재밌었어.
읽었었고 지금은 예영이 덕분에 로드 오브 더 링스 이제 3번째 책으로 이제 넘어갔고요. 최근에 새로운 책을 몇 권을 구매를 했는데 그 중에서 The Midnight Library, The Choice 그리고 프란시스 찬 목사님 책들 다 너무 추천합니다. 네.
Can you say a short thing about why you like each of them?
아니
And we can find out on their own. Okay.
확실히 책을 읽으니까 핸드폰 덜 보게 되고
맞아.
그냥 나한테는 되게 좋은 영향을 끼치는 취미인 거라고 다시 이렇게 깨달아서 되게
Yeah.
좋은 것 같아요.
Okay, so 인생 영화나 드라마.
저는 최신 영화보다 좀 옛날 영화를 좋아합니다. 그래서 예를 들자면 톰 행스 있는 영화들 다 좋고 The Terminal, 뭐 Sleepless in Seattle, You've Got Mail 그리고 작년 크리스마스 시네마 천국, 시네마 파라디스 그거 가족이랑 봤는데 진짜 좋았고요. 한국 영화는 많이 보지는 않았지만 택시 드라이버, Little Forest 되게 재밌게 봤던 걸로
But
기억합니다.
the question is 인생 영화. So
인생
one please, 하연.
What's yours?
Me. Inception 좋아합니다.
나 사실 그때 가은이 언니랑 얘기했을 때 She said her 인생 영화 was Inception as
진짜
well.
너무 잘 만든 것 같아. And the concept is just so interesting.
저도.
And it was filmed in UCL.
아 진짜? Where?
In the main library. Well, part of it. So, I mean, a slight bias because it was also Christopher Nolan. Also got the UCL promos.
그러면 고르려면 지금은 probably The Terminal.
The Terminal. Okay.
It's just like a funny film.
Yeah.
그리고 톰 행스 그냥 연기 진짜 잘하잖아.
맞아. 톰 행스 너무 좋지. Okay, so favorite drama?
I think you might know. Do you want to list them for me?
Signal
Yeah.
and 응답하라 series. Hospital Playlist. Is there more?
미생.
미생. Oh yeah,
Yes.
미생.
But I think Signal 미생 are probably
진짜 yeah.
plot wise
same.
and acting wise 진짜 top.
맞아.
네.
Do you like K-pop, Maya?
I'm going to answer this as what is my music taste rather than do I like K-pop. So in general, I like to listen to solo artists and also OSTs from the dramas I really like watching. I'll put up a list of artists I love in the video when I edit it, yes, and also a link to my Spotify playlist, which I will update because I recently transferred to Apple Music, so they haven't been updated. But to just give you guys a basic idea of who I'm into, so Korean artists, people like Tokjae, Loco, Crush, sometimes PH1 when I really feel like I need to get the energy from his raps and stuff. And then also like low-key artists. Do you know Kenny the King?
No.
그분 노래 진짜 좋아. Yeah, it's like very 잔잔 R&B soul.
Yeah, very different from me.
Yes. And then non-Korean artists, people like Jeremy Zucker.
Yeah.
Yes, Jeremy Zucker, James Smith, Love. Is it Love or Love?
But I think isn't he
Love.
American? So I think
Yeah, so Love.
yeah.
But then when I read it in like the British way, it's like Love. Yes. And I also love music my parents listen to, so Carpenters, Bee Gees,
Yeah,
you know,
I love them as
yes,
well. Yeah.
classics.
Okay, so what do you do or incorporate in your lifestyle that keeps you going when you're like feeling exhausted from studying, work, or any like personal responsibilities?
I definitely try to incorporate the small things which make me feel happy, even if it's just going downstairs, making a coffee, then coming back up, because it's literally just 5 minutes of taking my mind off what's stressing me out.
Yeah.
Also, listening to podcasts has definitely helped me a lot recently. Just listening to good music depending on what mood I am. So if I'm sad, I'll listen to sad music, and then if I'm happy, upbeat music. Also, this definitely has changed during lockdown, but I've definitely been talking to friends a lot more. Like, just texting someone like you, let's say, can we talk? Like, can I call you? But I would never do that.
Yeah.
Like, I would be like, no. And if, let's say you were calling me, I would literally have like a panic attack. I would look at my phone and be like,
Yeah, I did call you quite out of the blue.
not even
sometimes.
that, when it was FaceTime at night, before I would literally just be like, decline. But, no, but definitely, yeah, just talking to friends as well.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so what about 좋아하시는 티와 커피?
저는 만약에 처음 가보는 커피점을 가면 일단 기본적으로 플랫 화이트를 시키고요. 사실 뭐 티랑 커피는 다 그냥 전체적으로 I'm not picky.
좋아하는 편?
Yeah, I like everything.
Is there anything that you don't like that you just wouldn't get?
Really sweet coffee, if that makes sense. So like 약간 프라푸치노 이런 같은 거 있잖아.
안 좋아해?
I'm just like, I just want to have taste the coffee. But that's just my cane 취향.
Yeah.
So don't judge, guys.
I like frappuccino. I'm quite a sweet tooth kind of girl. So.
아니, 나는 단 거를 좋아하는데 I prefer having something really sweet and then a 쓴 coffee on the side. 그런
Fair enough.
yeah.
Okay, so this is where it gets deep.
Yeah.
Okay, so your personal goals, dreams, and aspirations. Okay. So the first question is, what are some of your dreams and aspirations?
Okay, so I did think about this last night.
Yeah.
So in terms of YouTube, I just want to continue making videos throughout my studies and just create like a safe place for people to have their healing and just take a moment to breathe, relax, and like gain some positivity, hopefully. And then in terms of non-career related goals, I was actually talking about this with my mum, but I would definitely love to experience living like life in a city it doesn't have to be London generally, but or like 좀 밝은 곳. Because today the weather is very 칙칙해. My mood went crashing down this morning. 좀 아침에 일어나면
Like when you open the curtains.
yeah,
and
it's
you're
like fresh day, fresh start.
sunshine.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I see.
But then after living in the city for a while,
Yeah.
I want to go to somewhere more rural, and then just live in a really cozy house. It doesn't have to be huge.
So how is like for a while? Is it like after you're like 60 or 70? Or?
Before I get married.
Oh, seriously?
I want to experience life in the city, but then
Yeah.
I don't want to bring up family in a city. I want them to be in a very natural environment. But that's just me. And then for uni, they can go off to the
There
city.
you go.
Yeah.
If you weren't studying medicine, what would you have chosen?
I think I would love to try something more creative,
Yeah.
where I challenge myself to try out things which are out of my comfort zone. So something which involves me traveling around the world, let's say. I think it would have been really fun to learn more about baking and coffee at a professional level.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, like going traveling around the world, learning from different 진짜 찐 달인들, like in the middle of nowhere, in Italy, let's say, going to like a 할아버지 who's been baking for like 60 years and like learning the skills from him. 이런 같은 거 있잖아. Also, maybe do like a course in business management. No, like 이것저것 그냥 좀 하고 싶은 거.
다양하게 그냥?
다양하게. 왜냐면 지금은 it's just medicine.
Yeah.
약간. And then in terms of YouTube, I would definitely still have done that, like as a side hustle hobby thing.
That's good. Okay, so last question is, what is your dream destination?
My dream destination would be somewhere in Asia, like Singapore. But I would also love the idea of living in New Zealand or San Francisco, that kind of places. Yeah.
Why New Zealand or San Francisco?
I know quite a few people who lived in New Zealand,
Yeah.
and they say how amazing it is, and they definitely want to go back there to live.
Do you want to shout out here?
Also, I heard the work, like just living there and working as a doctor is
Yeah.
pretty good. Yeah, it is very competitive, but I think it's good to have some aspirations of, maybe going to New Zealand, practicing there, living there. Yeah, San Francisco, I want to live there because I just have such a good impression from it. From San Francisco when I went with the family. 진짜 저희 가서 살고 싶은. 진짜 this is really testing my 당당's limits.
Number 5 is about your faith. So what actually is your faith?
So if you haven't realised yet from my videos, I'm a Christian. Did I sound patronising?
No. Okay, so how do you make time to read the Bible and go out with your friends if you study medicine?
I think regardless of what subject you study, it's all about just making the time to do so. So for me, during the holidays, I would incorporate my daily devotionals in the morning, just because it's easy. Like I don't have anything.
Yeah.
I don't have to go rushing off to school or hospital. But during term time, it's definitely a lot. So it's definitely more difficult.
Yeah.
So I think during those times, I try to do it more in the evening. Yeah.
I think it's all about just priorities, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
people who prioritize health go to the gym at like 5.
Yeah, it's exactly the same as that. Yeah.
So, is there any specific material that you read for your quiet time aside from reading like the Bible?
So I do have a QT book which our church distributes out. But alongside that, I guess I just enjoy reading Christian-related books, which helps me to like understand and apply the words, but in a bit more modern context, if that makes sense. 왜냐하면 the Bible's hard.
Yeah, it is really hard, isn't
Yeah, so you need extra.
it? Like historical
Yes.
context and stuff like that. Okay, how do you try and show your faith through your videos?
So my faith is a huge part of my identity and who I am. So I guess I just try to incorporate like snippets of media in my daily devotionals because it is something that I do.
Yeah.
And I guess just recommending Christian books that I'm currently reading or really want to recommend to my audience. I also love to add Bible verses at the end of my videos, just because it's something that I want to share, like with you.
Yeah, it's cute. Okay, favorite CCM and Bible verse.
I have so many favorite worship songs, so I shall again leave a link to my Spotify playlist in the description box. But my worship song of this week, I actually don't know, so I shall insert it in the video because I'll just do that. And my Bible verse for this year is Numbers chapter 6 verse 26, which is the Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace, which is actually a verse in the blessing. Okay, that song really strengthened me during the pandemic last year, so yeah.
Very good, Tanya.
Yes.
Okay, so I think this is the last section, and we're going to talk about fashion.
Yes.
Okay, so the first question is 혹시 사진의 가방 어떤 건지 여쭤봐도 될까요? And it's the 앞에세 제네바백?
그래서 사실 제가 커뮤니티 포스트에 사진을 올렸었는데 그 사진에 있던 가방은 펄러 가방이고요. 제 첫 명품 가방으로서 아주 소중히 여기고 잘 들고 다니는 가방입니다. Yes. 저번 주 교회 때도 들고 갔잖아. Yeah.
What are your favorite brands? You have impeccable taste in clothing and aesthetic.
Why, thank you to that person. I think my wardrobe mainly consists of clothes from Mango and sale items from Massimo Dutti. So I think I tend to buy clothes which are a bit on the pricey side, but when they're on sale, and I don't buy like loads of cheap options.
And I think that's a lot better because like with cheap stuff, you end up just wearing it once or twice.
I think that's the whole issue with like slow and fast fashion.
Exactly.
Yeah, I won't go into that, but because it is pretty deep.
Quite,
But there are loads of podcasts which are very informative on that. And then Korean brands, I buy clothes from this site called Cody Book, and from there, brands like Common Unique, AWAB, that kind of stuff. But I also do love supporting independent brands like He Official, etc. Like again, I know they are on the pricey side, but they are really good pieces and they do use sustainably like sourced materials and it feels good when you wear it.
This next question is quite similar, but 혹시 옷 코디하실 때 어떻게 코디하시?
인스타 피드를 통해서 되게 아이디어를 많이 받는 것 같고 제가 좋아하는 유튜버들 say for example Michelle Choi, Esther Sim 그 분들의 스타일 중에서 내가 마음에 드는 게 있다 하면 조금 나한테 맞게 조금 수정을 하고 내 스타일로 옷을 입는 것 같고 그리고 여태까지 그냥 내 브이로그를 통해서 내가 입는 스타일을 그냥 공유하는 편인 것 같은데 뭐 if people want a lookbook then I wouldn't mind doing it. 여러분 원하시면 댓글로 남겨주세요. 네.
What would you say like your personal style is?
I think it would be I think it's kind of
Quite modest.
like modest trendy if that makes
And
sense.
chic,
So it's
yeah.
not like out 있는 옷으로 그냥 나한테 맞게 그냥 스타일링 해가지고
또 옷 입는 것 좀 시크한 것 같아요.
저 시카대요.
Of course. I think that's the last question. Yeah.
Thank you so much for filming this with me.
Sorry about all the errors, but
She's given me a lot of editing to do. 아무튼 여러분 다음 영상에 만나요.